basketball team laid it on the line every single night, and you've got to be awfully proud of what they accomplished this year into the Elite Eight.
It was a special run, and the neatest thing about it is, well, lots of wonderful things about it, but one thing was really cool. At the end of the year, was anybody playing basketball in the country any better than Tennessee? No. They weren't. And so I hadn't felt that way. You know, we went in a game in Sweet 16 against Louisville, and we lined up against Louisville. They looked different. They were bigger, they were stronger, they were faster, there were more of them. And you know, there were some other roadblocks along the way. You know, Ohio State, we played against Greg Oden. All we did was make 18 threes in that game, and it was probably one shy of what we needed to make. But when we went to St. Louis, and we went up against Ohio State and Michigan State, the best the Big Ten offer, and we just played them toe-to-toe. You know, it told me that we've made some progress, and I'll tell you the other thing, our fans. On Sunday of that game, we had about 15,000 people over in St. Louis trying to help us get to the Final Four. It was awesome.
It was tremendous.
It was awesome.
It was really fun. You lose a good senior class. J.B. Prince graduates this weekend.
Yes.
Wayne Chisholm's graduating. So.
Graduates if he passes his Spanish class. I'll tell you something. Spanish 201 is I'm not going to say it. It's tough.
This is Cinco de Mayo today.
It is Cinco de Mayo, isn't it?
Maybe JP will be
I just say that
inspired.
word in Spanish.
But anyway, they're
There's
graduating.
that little Taco Bell dog.
But your guys are graduating and they're playing great basketball, and that's what you said when you started. You want to build a program, and that's what a program.
No, we're trying to, you know, but you can do a lot with numbers, and you can do a lot with, like, you know, if you, Pat Summitt, if you stayed with Pat Summitt for 4 years, if you could manage to stay with her for 4 years, you graduate. And everybody that stayed with me for 4 years has graduated. We're 3 for 3 so far. Wayne Chisholm and J.B. Prince.
The future product, you've got some young men coming in. In fact, you got a local product coming in.
Yeah, we are really, and folks, I got to tell you, this is fertile recruiting ground for us. You know, we were just in Memphis, and that's 6 hours from Knoxville, and Atlanta is 3 hours from Knoxville, and so we like to thank you guys for being out there on the front. You know, for us, defending us. You go to Memphis, it's like a Russian front, you know? Because there's like 7 SEC schools that are surrounding Memphis and our poor Tennessee fans. I try to remember, it's Memphis, Tennessee, not Memphis, Arkansas, Memphis, Mississippi, thank goodness. But here in Atlanta, we enjoy a different level of respect. And it's been earned over a period of many, many years in many, many sports in the men's and the women's game. And so, we're going to try to take full advantage of that. So the last couple of years, Kenny Hall from Redan High School was a terrific freshman for us this year. And we're very, very pleased to have signed the 5A and the Player of the Year in the state of Georgia from McEachern High School. Trey Golden will be involved next year, and we're really excited about Trey. Really good kids, really good families, really good students. Trey's a real leader over at his school. Was a great scorer in high school that we're going to try to make into a point guard. And then Jordan McCray from down the Savannah area. He's probably the second or third best player in the state, but a tremendous upside. Great shooter, very athletic. He needs to spend some time in the weight room and eating cupcakes every morning. He's got to put some weight on. In fact, how good were those cupcakes? Can I get another one of those for the ride home? I bet I can.
Yeah, I bet you can too. Congratulations right now. Tobias Harris.
Yeah, I forgot about the prize. Tobias Harris is a great player. He's a great kid. He's a great student. He's a hard worker. He's a wonderful Christian child. And he gets it. He understands how to work hard. He's developed himself into a terrific player. He'll play for us as a freshman next year, I have no doubt. He broke a 5th metatarsal in the McDonald's All-American game. And we haven't had many McDonald's All-Americans since I've been there. Most of our guys are kind of Burger King, hearty guys, you know. Oh, my goodness gracious. Here's the thing, I'll never get Coach Dooley. You see how Coach Dooley, I'll never get to eat one of them cupcakes. Look at it. It looks like you can still play receiver. But Tobias is going to help. But you know what, it's not about the new guys as much as it's about the returning guys. Now, how much is Brian Williams going to develop? what kind of a jump will Scotty Hobson take and really take over some leadership in his basketball team? Who's going to play point guard? And so on and so forth. But I am very, very proud of this team. We got our banquet Friday night. And at banquets, coaches say lots of stereotypical things about the team. But this year truly was a tremendous team. We could not, I could look at every one of those student athletes and say, without you, we wouldn't have had the season we had. Without Josh Bone, a walk-on from Nashville, who played the last 21 minutes against Ole Miss, when Bobby Mays, God bless him, in his third game in 6 days, had nothing left. We don't beat Ole Miss in overtime. You know, without Skylar McBee, a walk-on freshman from Granger County, right? Without him stepping up and making big shots. You know, without Stephen Pearl strapping up and being a ton of a sucker out there. He was a ton of a sucker out there on the floor. Ronaldo Woolridge making 4 threes against Kansas. You know, Kenny Hall, you know, growing up and having to play a role way before we thought he was going to play, so on and so on. Our guys stayed right and they stayed ready. And then to watch J.P. Prince and Wayne Chisholm and Bobby flourish in an expanded role, it was really quite a joy to coach these guys.
Let's. Anybody got any questions? Got time for a couple of questions. Coach Pearl, anybody want to ask something? It's your chance.
You know, Bob, I'm so shocked. I'll have to find out what's on the Tennessee basketball to be mentioned in an interview with the commissioner of the SEC.
What is it going to take?
It's Kentucky basketball.
Yeah.
For the SEC.
During the SEC tournament?
Yeah.
Yeah. What's it going to take for the commissioner to talk about Tennessee basketball in the SEC? I can think of a lot of bad things he could say, so I'm not going to go there. You know what? Commissioner Slive is very, very pleased with our program. He really is. And the fact that Tennessee is now relevant in college basketball is something that's very, very pleasing to him. And I can tell you, there's lots of reasons why we've been able to do what we've done in our facilities. If you've not been up to Knoxville, you got to come up and see the arena. It's off the charts, one of the best places to watch a college basketball game. When we bring kids in on campus for a visit, they just drop their jaw looking at that and knowing that we fill the joint. So I think Commissioner Sly's been okay. He can do he can help me out a little bit more with the officiating if he could. That's neither here nor there.
Yeah.
Is that some kind of a violation?
Not yet. Stop just short.
But did you guys see what happened this year at Vanderbilt? Y'all see me talking to that official after I got that tee? Remember that? Can I tell you what I did? Let me tell you real quick what I did. The game's almost over, and of course it's 5 against 8, and I'm coaching in the end zone in Vanderbilt. I'm not real happy, and we're going to get beat. The game's almost over. I called timeout, late in the game, and I want to bring my guys in to remind them what the score was, how embarrassed we were, and then we're going to come back here again next year and fix this. And then in the meantime, I told my best defensive player, I'm not even sure who my best defensive player was, but I told J.P. Prince, I said, JP, when we break this huddle, I want you to get out there and I want you to guard that official over there. Remember this? And so JP, he says, what? What? So Tony Jones, my associate coach, tells JP to shut up and go out there and guard that official like Coach said. So we break the huddle, and the officials inbounds the ball to Vanderbilt, and JP gets in the official's face because his hands up, he's flying the roof. Official blew the whistle, he walked over to me. He says, Coach Pearl, would you mind telling me what's going on? I said, sure, I'm glad you asked. My high school coach, he always told me to put my best defensive player on the guy that's hurting me the most. After that one.